Hey guys, I'm coming at you with another video this week, and this one's a doozy because this time I've got absolutely nothing. Yeah, so let's talk. Hey there, I had to move because it was too windy up in the hill. But like I was saying, I don't really know what to tell you guys. I mean, because I've been pondering for the last few days in terms of trying to come up with a topic or something that happened or a movie to review that I could hopefully tell you guys. But honestly, nothing big has happened right now. I mean, you know, all the stuff I'm planning to do is next week, which really sucks if you're like me and hoping to do this once a week YouTube thing. But whilst I was pondering over the last few days, trying to come up with an idea, trying to be creative and all that, that sort of came into an idea that I thought I'd share in a video with you, which is my problem with my creativity and my motivation to do it. Because I mean, in my heart, I've always been someone who is creative. I love making things. I love trying to, well, not all the time, trying to show off to people what I can do. I mean, to me, it's always been something that's been a part of my life, including something that I didn't realize until recent years, because it's one of those weird moments you have when, like, you start to think that it was in university where I wondered, you know, what kind of person am I? What do I like? What do I enjoy the most? And, you know, because I always thought I was this reserved kid who was shy, who always hid back, who didn't like to do anything. And then when I look back at all the things I'd done, I realized I sort of wasn't, because I'd taken part in, like, 3 school musicals, I'd taken part in 2 Shakespeare plays, I'd taken part in, like, drama and presentations to try and, you know, show off to people, which I didn't realize was that, you know, it's one of those things you didn't think about when, like you really want to try and impress people, or you want to try and show people what you can do. But then again, that's sort of that's part of the reason why I wanted to do this, in the sense of, like, I wanted to try and hone in my creative skills, to try and, you know, give myself a challenge to be more creative. But I don't know, it's a bit challenging, especially for someone who's, you know, just starting off fresh or trying to come up with an idea, because it's always difficult for a creative person to try and, well, in my case, to give yourself a schedule in terms of being creative, to try and give yourself an idea. Because, I mean, because I've always thought that, like, if you have a good idea, if you have something that you think should be, you know, looked on, it should, you know, be progressed further, then you shouldn't have to, you should let the idea flow with it. You shouldn't just, you know, force yourself to make yourself a schedule or try to do something that would hinder that process. But then that sort of gets in the way of, you know, not being done at all. Because one thing I've had to learn is the idea of, that you have to motivate yourself a lot in order to be creative. That's, you know, it's one of the reasons why in university, when I was writing, you know, I had all these ideas in my head. I had these stupid ideas that I tried not to copy off people, and believe me, I've spent hours on YouTube going through different videos to try and make sure that, is my idea something original? Is my idea something that hasn't been done already, or at least in my way? But then when I got to it, when I actually had to sit down and actually write something, or, like, make a video or something, or do anything about that, I'd always pause. I'd always try to not do something about it. You know, my motivation wasn't there. That was the main key of it, and that has always been a big problem. But it's always been something I've been trying to work on, especially doing this, trying to do this whole YouTube thing for you lot. I mean, because in order to be creative, you have to motivate yourself. In order to do things, you have to try and get out of bed, or at least try to give yourself an idea so that you can talk about to some people, even if it's only a couple, for like 10 minutes a week. But I mean, when I think about it, I always think about my grandfather. You know, he was let me tell you about him. He was a creative sort, in the sense of he could build anything, and I mean it. Like, there was one time where, like, he redid my grandmother's entire garden, and I mean, like, he built a pond, he built a little stepping stones to it, he built a shed, he built a swing set that my sister and cousin and I used for years as we were kids. Like, he could build and make so many things. Even when I was a kid, like, I would always have Lego sets, and he would build me this most miraculous thing that could move, that had mechanics that was so amazing. I always thought, how do you do that? How do you just have an idea and then just magically get into it without no thought or second guessing for yourself? I mean, because that sort of genius DIY gene sort of skipped my entire family. I mean, I can't even build a chair without making instructions, you know, and trust me, you don't even want to see the chairs I've built. I usually crush them, but like, but you know, I've always wanted to be someone who could make things, in the sense of like, I've wanted to show people how to be creative and how to like get an idea, just do it, but I've never been able to until recent years, you know. But like, trying to get up every day, trying to motivate yourself is hard, and I know that because it's difficult, especially when you don't have a goal at the end of the day, you know? Or if you do, it's something that you can just put off to later. I mean, I nearly did this with this video. You know, I thought that, oh, I could just put this off for later. No one's going to care about it. You know, but then I thought, no. You have to do it. You have to give an idea. You have to do something, because the moment that you decide that your creativity comes second to everything else, then that's not who you're going to be anymore. And I want to be creative. I want to try and have a profession, a job where my ideas build upon that, you know. That's what I've been doing for the last couple of years. I've been trying to make myself someone that could make another person see, oh wow, he's actually really creative, he's got these ideas, or at least he's determined enough to do them, you know, because it's very difficult to do that. I mean, creativity and motivation to me are two things that go hand in hand, and sometimes they're forgotten a lot, you know, especially when things like pressure and schedules and, you know, anxiety get in the way of it, because motivation should be a key part of a lot of things in life. It's something that makes us get out of bed every morning. It's the things that makes us go out or meet friends or meet people or do things that just don't make us hide away in our rooms a lot. And I know that I've done that a lot in my life. But it's one of those things where you can't be scared of, just because you think that you've got a stupid idea, but it may not be something that someone else likes or even loves, you know. I don't have high hopes for this video either, but I'm doing it because I want to do this. I want to be creative. I want to try and show people that I can do something, and to show myself that I am someone who's determined to see this through. I am someone who wants to build upon the ideas that I've had all my life, you know. So I keep looking. I keep trying to avoid people staring at me. Man, it's really hard trying to vlog outside. I don't know how you lot do it, but I mean, I've always been so impressed with people who can just get up on stage and just like sing and dance or act in so many serious ways to an audience that judges them so easily, and or people who are on YouTube now who just, you know, are willing to do anything just to like get a view or anything, but like they do it because they love it, because it's every part of their fiber, it's every part of their being. You know, being creative isn't for everybody. I know that, you know. It may not even be for me, but like, I'm determined and motivated to try, you know, because that's always a thing that is going to be difficult with every video that I do, or any idea that I have, you know. Even when I was writing, you know, I never made a plan for myself. I always just thought, oh, okay, I'll just go into it and nothing will happen. But, you know, and I would just write thousands upon thousands of words and expect, you know, brilliance. But then, you know, when you're at like 1 o'clock in the morning, you still have only written about half a page, and you're desperately trying to read through things on your computer, trying to come up with an idea just to be like, you know, oh God, how the hell do I write this out? How the hell do I make this into actual words that I know someone will love? But the thing was that I made sure that whenever I had a piece of work like that, I always forced myself to do it because it was good for me. You know, it was my motivation, which inspired my creativity and got me through some of the best years of my life. In terms of like, the workload I did was troubling, it was difficult. There were some pieces where I hated doing them, but there were also ones where I stayed up at the local library at like 2 o'clock in the morning with my laptop, just writing it out, and I thought, this is peaceful. You know, I am making something that is my own. Yeah, I may not have the best situation, but it's mine. So that's been my little message of today, which is that in order to be creative, you have to learn to motivate yourself. You have to know that you can actually do this. You know, so I keep telling myself every day, and every time I do one of these videos. So that's it so far for this week. Next week, hopefully you'll get more stuff out of me, because Avengers: Infinity War is coming out. So hopefully you'll get a review of that, or any other movie or book that I'll try and do. But yeah, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.